Hey, how are you?
Are we here?
We're here. We're
Okay, we
here. It's
live?
Thursday. We're almost here.
I'm here.
Yeah, this one since our last show last week and everything, I went down for the count.
You got a good one from somebody or someplace.
Yeah, that that's the hardest thing. You say, well, where did you get sick? Well, you go out for to a restaurant, and is it the air conditioning? Is it the surroundings? Uh, you know, at the store, at the mall. You don't. But man, I got the sore throat. I got the headache. Yeah, I mean everything, and I tried to fight it for a couple of days. And then you
You can't.
said you better get to the doctor because I just thought that maybe I had strep throat, but I went to the doctor and got tested, and it was not strep throat, but a sore throat, the runny eyes, the head. I ended up with cough medicine, and I got Flonase, which Flonase is pretty good.
I
They,
was proud of you that you finally went to the doctor. Finally.
oh, it was either the doctor or the morgue.
Well, when you asked to go to the doctor,
Yeah,
I knew there was a problem. However,
yeah,
if it was me, I would have gone a couple days prior,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we wait till the last minute with you.
That's on me because
Yes,
I usually try to fight it, but
and then it gets worse.
yeah,
And then you don't do anything before. Like if I feel something coming on, boy, I'm gargling that salt water. I'm doing whatever I can. I'm clearing my nose out, whatever I can do so that I don't have to go to the doctor.
you have a
You, on the other hand, do nothing. However, you also do nothing after you've been to the doctor, unless it's really awful or he has said, you must do this. Then you'll do it.
well that I walked away from the doctor with four prescriptions. I mean,
Yeah. You were,
two were cough medicine, and the Flonase and the Coricidin, which when the doctor said, I'm going to give you a procedure Coricidin, we both looked at each other like, I haven't heard that word in years.
since we were young adults.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, that stuff is good. That really was what helped. I mean, the Flonase kind of opened it up, but the Coricidin broke everything in the throat down. And the I mean, my throat just really, and for a guy who spends his time talking a lot,
Maybe
having,
that's why you had a sore throat,
having
because you wouldn't stop talking. Did you ever think of that?
that's why it was a few very pleasant days for you.
It's fairly quiet. It was. I felt bad because you weren't feeling well, and you never run a fever.
No, no, my temperature is usually very low.
Yeah, yeah. So you can never tell with you with that,
Yeah.
but
Then
you're
there's
fairly miserable.
and there's kind of residual stuff too, because it turns out a couple of days later, I was dizzy, feeling a little dizzy, and turns out I had to go back to the doctor for a recheck anyway. My blood pressure plummeted. I mean, really, I don't remember ever having,
Well, your
you know,
blood pressure is as low as it is.
yeah.
But yeah, he switched a medication, and that happens. And unfortunately, as we get older, things do happen, and it's harder sometimes to fight it,
Yeah,
and it takes longer. And that's why I'm always after you. Just because the doctor gave you a pill doesn't mean you can't do anything else for it. Gargle with salt water again, or your mom used to gargle with aspirin.
I know, and I hated both of them.
I know, but they make you feel better quicker. That's the
The
problem.
only thing that is worse than gargling with salt water or aspirin water or whatever is prepping for a colonoscopy.
Well, I
But
I
I,
would have put those two in the same vein, but yeah,
well, it's
okay.
you gotta. I mean, one you gotta drink, the other one you gotta. It's,
Shower I told you to take because that would help the steam. The steam would help
and
your
that
nose and your throat. and it would bring up your mucus. Just get in the shower and stand there for 5 or 10 minutes. No,
I
don't
guess
do
I can't
that.
really complain because I can't remember the last time that I had a cold that knocked me out like this. It's been
No,
a couple of
you
years or
had
so.
one last year, and you were sneezing because we had. Remember, we had the workmen in the house, and I said, I'm gonna have to
Well,
cancel
that
the
was
workmen. And
dust.
you were.
I
It
think that
was
was dust related, wasn't it?
no, no. It
No.
was a cold. And I said, I'm going to cancel the workmen to come another day. Oh, no, you are not. No, 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 no. So you begrudgingly put on a mask and you stayed away from them. You stayed in another room because people don't want to go into an area where there's somebody else that's sick.
But yeah, I wonder if as we get a little bit older, are we really becoming more susceptible to picking up a bug?
It depends on your immune system, I suppose you can. Uh, it's harder to fight it
I know
once you
every
got it.
time we turn around, somebody is coming back from a vacation sick, either a flight or especially cruising. We love cruising and all, but I can't tell you how many of our friends over the last 6 months to a year have gone on a cruise. They get sick on the cruise and they come home and they're sick, which spoils the whole purpose of the cruise.
Well, I will
But
say my doctors tell me, quote, cruises are cesspools of germs.
well, because you're mixing your germs with
Right.
germs from people all over the country and all
And
over the
you
world.
look at the ship that has been out of the country that was an upscale
Recently.
ship.
Yeah, yeah.
Not a lot of people on the ship, but it was a couple who brought whatever they had from another country onto the ship. And they infected, it only takes one or two people, and that was it.
Yeah, and you wonder the fact that there were fewer people on the
Mhm.
cruise meant that they were all in closer proximity to each
Well, it was
other.
a smaller ship.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Whereas some of these ships where there's 5,000 people, you
Yeah,
say, well, you can pick up germs because there's 5,000
you're
people.
right. But
Uh,
not everybody got sick on this ship. It was only a certain few.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it takes nothing for someone to bring it from some other place. That's why I mean I'm very conscious of going to big crowds anymore, big concerts. Um, and when I'm on a plane, I don't care if it's a little plane or a big plane, I will put a mask on. I just gotten used to doing that with COVID.
Well, yeah.
And I don't want to get sick before my vacation. And I don't want to bring it home to you or get sick afterwards. I don't want to be sick, period.
Well, no,
So,
nobody wants to be
no,
sick,
but I try and minimize it.
but yeah. But that's
You and the kids, not so much.
I always remember when I was a kid and we used to get sick and we'd go to the doctor's office. You'd sit in a waiting room in the doctor's office for a half an hour or more to see the doctor. And if you weren't sick when you went in, you were probably sick when you came out because you were mixing all your germs with all these
Did
other
you
sick
have a
people.
separate door to go in at your doctor's office?
No, but you sat in a waiting room until you went into the
Well,
to see the doctor.
yeah, that's true. And you were usually, they didn't
And
space them so close together, but we were usually
you're
sitting
sitting on
alone.
couches or benches or chairs or whatever, and everybody in that room is, and it's all going everywhere. But
Yeah, well, I was happy when we went to the doctor that he had a separate area for you to sit in. I mean, they don't usually, even when you go to the urgent care center, everybody's together waiting to see the doctor.
yeah.
But I usually go to an area where nobody's at, and I like to sit in a corner.
And also today, do you have a tendency think that people are being over medicated?
It's possible,
Because I mean, I went to the doctor because I thought that it was white in the back of my throat, and I
right?
had strep and an infection, meaning I need an antibiotic. A Z-Pack,
Oh,
prednisone, anything, something
you
to
asked,
knock it
can you
out.
just give me a pill, doctor?
Yeah, yeah, give me a pill, a shot, or whatever.
No. Not
but no, they
always.
weren't. No, he was.
It's viral.
I mean, I applaud this doctor of ours because he's, in fact, we've got a few doctors that they're not real quick to take out the pad and just start writing.
Well, but you
For
didn't have
instance,
strep
most of what
throat.
they asked me, what they did prescribe for me was over the counter stuff. You know,
Yes, but you didn't have strep throat. They did a
right?
culture right then and there.
Yeah,
If you had strep throat, yeah, they would
then
have
I
had
would
to
have
give
got
you the
the
antibiotic, but
antibiotic.
you didn't. So it was a cold that ended up morphing into a cough. Um,
And
and
I've been okay so far during the show, but when we go off air, I could just be sitting on the couch and then all of a sudden you get that residual cough. That's the thing that probably drives me crazy the most is that when you do get ill and finally the head clears up and you feel better and you just sit there and you and wherever you are, you go to a movie
well, guess
and
what?
but
If you're not better in the next few days, you're going back.
well, now I don't feel so bad about going back because I feel better.
Yeah,
And
but
I've
I
been
mean,
taking
if
my
you're still
blood pressure and
coughing,
it's my blood pressure is up.
I would check it out. It's
It's
fine to have a residual cough after a cold. That's not a problem. People, we have it all the
that
time.
I think
But
is
you're
one
going on 3 weeks already, and
when I
enough is
mean
enough.
I think it's something that is that also maybe age related is that you just don't get over being sick as quickly as you did when you were younger,
It's possible. It's possible that,
less active.
yeah, I mean, something else could have developed in the last couple of weeks that didn't clear itself up. So,
Something that then just knocked me in the head. But
if only.
yeah. I mean, well, we don't wish illness upon
No,
anybody, but I
no,
hope you
we
have
never
a
do.
good primary care
Never.
doctor. And by the way, our primary care doctor, I was in and out within a half an hour.
That's because you didn't see the doctor.
Well, that's I saw
PA.
PA, but
That's the
yeah,
difference.
but still, I was in the waiting room for probably less than 5 minutes
Yeah.
before I moved into the room. They take your blood pressure and check your temperature and all. The PA came in and it was
You're lucky you got to go to your doctor and see her, the PA. My doctor won't see me. He says, no, just go to the urgent care center.
yeah. Well, you couldn't find an urgent care center that was available. We talked about the urgent care center
Yeah,
first.
we gotta have a lot of urgent care centers, but not necessarily ones that take Medicare insurance.
Yeah. And
So,
so we called the doctor and she said, "Can you come in 20 minutes?" And
and he,
you about dropped your what they can take you right away?
yep, go, 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 go.
Yeah, yeah. We're go start up the car. We're out of here.
Yep. Well,
Well,
I'm glad you're better.
yeah, me too. And I'm glad you joined us. And I promise that we didn't spread any germs while we were talking to you. Go out, make it a good one, and see you again next Thursday.
Bye.
Okay? Bye.